On the 2nd of June 2015, a train on the Smiler carrying 16 people crashed into an empty train, injuring 5 people seriously and causing 2 people to have their legs amputated. How did this happen and what was done to prevent it happening again? Well, before we look into that, what exactly is the Smiler? The Smiler is a steel roller coaster found at Alton Towers in the UK, and it is manufactured by Just Lauer. It holds the world record for the number of inversions on a roller coaster at 14. It opened on the 31st of May 2013 and since opening has had many technical issues and incidents. According to Wikipedia, 6 incidents have occurred before the 2015 collision. These include trains getting stuck on the lift hill, an empty train stalling on the batwing element, 48 people getting evacuated from the ride after debris fell from a section of the track which caused a small gap in the track, and 4 people were injured when a wheel struck them after the train was ascending the vertical incline. However, before the 2015 incident, nothing had occurred from the ride for almost 3 years, and all previously stated incidents took place on the opening year of 2013. So then, what actually happened on the 2nd of June 2015? At 1 PM, the ride was operating normally, despite high winds of 46 miles per hour, despite advice saying it should not operate in high winds over 34 miles per hour. Shortly after, an operator was alerted of a fault after noticing a warning light on the ride's control panel, and removed people from the ride and contacted the theme park's engineers. The ride had been running 4 trains, however, the park decided to add a 5th due to how busy the park was at the time. They added the 5th train whilst the track was empty of riders. While this train was added, the operators sent an empty train out to check the ride was working normally. The empty train didn't make it up the incline, so a warning system on the ride was activated, and engineers came to fix the problem. However, these engineers had not been told about the 5th train and assumed there were only 4 trains. This will be important later. The engineers fixed the empty train and restarted the ride. At approximately 1:40 PM, the operators sent another empty train onto the track as they were preparing to open the ride to the public again. This second train doesn't complete the loop and rolls back down onto the track, as you can see here. However, the staff were unaware of this. At 1:42 PM, the ride reopened to the public, and riders started to board. A minute later, the first train that was sent around with riders was halted at the top of the first lift, as the computer system noted that the track was occupied ahead. The engineer, who still didn't know that there were 5 trains on the track, identified the positions of 4 trains, but didn't see the empty train sitting on the track. He restarted the ride, believing the computer warning to be a malfunction. According to the accident report, the engineer felt pressured to get the ride up and running quickly, as he was promised financial bonuses from the park if downtime levels were low. At 1:51 PM, the train was released from lift 1 by the engineer, which overrode the safety warning given by the computer. As you can see here by the CCTV footage, once the train was released from the lift, it crashed at approximately 20 miles per hour into the empty carriage, with the impact being similar to a 90 miles per hour car crash. This caused many to have devastating injuries, however it took 20 minutes for the first emergency call to be made. It took 4 to 5 hours to release the riders from the carriage, in which time some of them suffered significant blood loss. Some of the injuries included leg amputations, broken bones and a punctured lung. Following the incident, the Smiler was closed indefinitely, with rumours that the park were going to demolish their multi-million-pound investment. Also, as extra safety measures, some roller coasters at other Merlin-owned parks, including Soar the Ride at Thorpe Park, which were made by the same manufacturer as the Smiler, were closed, while safety protocols were carried out. That ride again was opened a month after the incident on July 9th, 2015. However, the Smiler remained closed for the rest of the 2015 season and reopened at the start of the 2016 season on March the 19th. So, what happened next? Well, Merlin Entertainment, the company that owns and operates Alton Towers, were prosecuted by the HSE on the 22nd of April 2016, in which they pleaded guilty. On the 27th of September 2016, the court fined Merlin £5 million for the crash. After the crash, Alton Tower visitors numbers dropped, which contributed to 119 job redundancies at the park, and 6 rides were also closed during the 2016 season as a result. The Smiler now has additional safety measures to ensure something like this never happens again, and is now operating normally for the public to enjoy.